right, today I really wanted to talk about this new foundation. It is the Dior Forever Natural Nude Foundation. This nude one is the perfect in between a glowy and a matte. It is, just like it says, very natural finish. I am 47, I have textured skin. I am on Accutane right now, so I am extremely dry. I think that this would probably work for pretty much all skin types. I was a little worried that it wouldn't work for dry because it has a bit of a almost matte finish. I have been wearing this for the last week. It absolutely works great for dry skin as long as you prime and prep. It leaves you with a very natural finish that lasts throughout the whole day. The finish is just beautiful. I will show you some footage of me applying it and you can see it just spreads like butter. It is buildable, but I would not say you're going to get more than medium coverage out of this. This is ideally going to be worn as a natural finish where some of your skin is meant to shine through. It is a thick consistency. It spreads really well. I'm usually the lightest or the second lightest. This one is 0N, so I am definitely the lightest in this one. The neutral works for me even though I have a cool undertone because my skin is allowed to shine through. If you can't find your perfect color, but you're darn close, you can always adjust with a powder. And that's what I end up doing a lot of the times is I have some sort of pinkish powders, I have a little bit more peachy powders, and then I have some just white translucent powders that will take down anything that is a little too orangey or too pink. It will lighten it up for me. So you can always do that as a backup. But for me, honestly, as you can see, this color works really well for me. So let's get to the footage. I'll show you what it looks like as I apply it. And then we will get into how it wears because I have a lot throughout this whole week. I've been doing a wear test and I'll show you how it wears throughout the day. All right, so I'm going to go in with my fingers first just to lay the product down. I always start with primed and moisturized skin. Otherwise, I get a really bad application because my skin is so dry right now. I'm going to go in with a brush on this side only, just so we can see how the different applications work out. Some things work better with fingers, some better with sponges, some better with brushes. I almost always prefer brushes, but that's just my personal preference. I think that if you wanted a nice sheer application, a damp sponge would do wonderfully with this product. I'm just not a fan of sponges, mostly because I don't like the maintenance and I don't put my makeup on anywhere near my sink, which is where the wet sponges would be. And I'm lazy. Okay, so I'm going in with a second layer just to see how much coverage I can get out of this. As you saw, the very first application was very thin, very skin-like, not a whole lot of coverage, which, you know, sometimes that's what you're going for. So this is the side with nothing on, and this is the side that has 2 layers with a brush. Okay, so let's do this side with my fingers, which usually with sort of natural serum-like kind of foundations, that's what I prefer to use is my fingers. This one is not spreading that well with my fingers. It kind of catches, it drags. I'm gonna go in with my brush just to clean it up. I already did 2 layers with my hands. Let's just sort of pat it in with the brush. Okay, here's the final result, no powder. Okay, let's do powder because I always use powder. I really feel better if stuff is set. And I'm showing you that I'm doing sort of this highlighter because I don't want you to think that that has anything to do with the finish of the product itself. Okay, that looks pretty good. So here it is in natural light right after applying. Boy, you can see some of the veins poking through on my skin. That's just me. I have very thin, very fair skin, so you can see blue veins. Okay, so this is probably an hour later, natural light downstairs. It still looks really great, very natural. Now this is about 4 hours later, still the same. I mean, really, it hasn't changed at all. That's pretty amazing. Okay, we're going into evening now, and it's been about 7 hours at this point. This is under my lights. This is without the lights. And now this is about 8 hours later after a workout. You can see I got a little sweaty, I'm a little dewy, but it didn't break down awful. As you can see, this performed really well, works great for dry skin, beautiful natural finish. The one downside is the price. But you know, if you're looking for a nice luxury foundation, this is a good one. You know, you expect it to perform, and this one does. So if this is the kind of finish that you're looking for and you have dry skin, don't be afraid of this one. I just sort of stumbled upon it, and I'm super glad that I did, because now I have yet another new favorite foundation. Especially with dry skin, I'm always looking for something that is an alternative to the ubiquitous glowy finish. I love the glowy finish. That's very nice too, but sometimes you want something a little more matte and a little more natural, and this definitely gives it to you. I hope this helps you decide whether you want to try it or not. If you already have tried it and you have a different skin type or the same skin type as me, leave your comments below. Let me know how it is working out for you. I do use a lot of primers and serums and moisturizers to prepare my skin before I put any foundations on these days. Otherwise, I would probably be peeling because I am so incredibly dry from the Accutane. So I can definitely recommend, you do need to prepare your skin for it, unless you have just normal skin, and then you're probably fine. But for the rest of us, I definitely recommend that you properly prime your skin before you wear something like this, because it is a little bit on the drier side. So that's it. I highly recommend this. Give this a try if you're in the market for a luxury foundation that has a natural finish. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I love to talk with you guys about makeup, and I'm happy to answer any questions. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you again for joining me here.